Wake up, everybody.
Scoot down a little closer to me, dang.
You get through that?
Sit, sir.
No, I'm trying to scoot the chair. I gotta scoot the chair down first. Oh shit. Like a damn bitch. Alright, here you go.
Hey, y'all.
Oh shit, you got the camera on?
Yes. What are you talking about? I said I ain't want to do no editing. I ain't editing it out, bro. I told you I didn't want to do no editing to this video. Load this thing and we'll keep it moving. Hi.
What's going on?
Okay. So I have been on pins and needles. Oh, I can see what you mean. Okay, so I have been on pins and needles to finally respond to some of you guys' feedback. So let's get started. First, I think I should get some background information for those who are new so they can understand why you guys said some of the responses that you did. I want to make this quick too, so I don't want y'all sitting here for 30 minutes. We started our company in 2011, but we didn't really get popular on Instagram until around 2013, 2014. We had a couple of shares from some big accounts and it went crazy, and we grew a little following real quick. And it kind of just stabilized where it is when everything started changing with the algorithm. So as things change, we had to change with it. And a lot of our core customers did not like the changes. They did not like the changes. So, we wasn't worth it to them to continue on. And then we had customers who thought, of course, yes, whatever changes y'all go through, we're going through with y'all. So let's keep supporting. And those, y'all are my heart. Y'all are my babies. Y'all are who I love. I mean, I love all y'all, but the ones who have kept us afloat over all these changes, over all these years, it was still wonderful to see you post in the surveys, like, I have to have an antidote. Baby, don't ever get rid of the antidote. I gotta have the antidote. The antidote was listed as our #1 best-selling product. That's everybody's holy grail product. And we're so very proud of that, because if you've been following for a while, you knew that we announced that we were closing the business because we realized that it was not built properly and that we had jumped into this thing and made a lot of money in a very short amount of time, and we did not manage it well. So it was about to be a bankruptable situation. Like, that's like literally what we was about to do. But Source stepped in that thing and said, I'm not ready for you to get rid of Tongues and Beyond. You're gonna have to fix all of this. And I literally dreaded doing it. Because looking at it, I knew it was gonna be a lot of work, which is why I was willing to give it up. Because it would have been a lot of work to turn it around, and a lot of admittance of doing the wrong thing and setting things up improper. I mean, just a bunch of mistakes, but we learn from our mistakes. And I have learned a lot about me, about this business, about the way things are. And I have trudged through the hills and valleys to get to where we are now.
Right.
Which is what I'm so excited about. If you've been following for a while, you remember that I had this ugly comment sent to me, and someone told me that you'll never be in stores because of your fucking attitude. Baby, you was right. You was right. My attitude was so fucked up back then. It really was. It was truly, it was terrible. It was terrible. But, I mean, I'm one that can truly admit that, and that it has been a lot of inner work done on this mind and attitude about things, to see things in a different way. Because I was caught up in my way of seeing things, and I could not understand the way why people could not see things the way I was explaining them, because to me they were simple. And I've come to realize so many different things since then. And now I have a totally different perspective. And I can see how me having such a screwed up attitude would run people away. And I can also see why you continue to follow, even if you couldn't stand my ass. So back then I was not in a place where even considering going into a store was something I'd want to do. And plus I kept what I understood about going into stores was that you would have to, like, you couldn't hand make the product yourself. You had to allow machines to do it, and it had to be done by other people. It had to be like a private label thing. That's the way I understood it. So I was like, no, I don't ever want to do that. If it's not me making the product or me having a crew that I have trained on how to make the product exactly the way I make it, then I don't want to be in stores. Like, that was my attitude then. But as the pandemic happened, because baby, the pandemic turned everybody's realities upside down. And you literally had to start looking at things in a different way if you were going to survive. That's with everything, not just business, but your family, your marriages, and everything had to have an answer. So the answer was, what are you going to do with this business now? Because things are different. Things are different for your customers. They're different for people. Your supply chain is less. We had to figure out what we wanted to do with it. And then the whole, I think I want to get in stores now, was on me. The feeling was like, you should do that now. And when I really started digging back into that again, this is years later after me initially declaring, I'll never get in stores, I'll never be in a store. Looking back into it, I can see things differently because I'm a different person now, and how to start at least changing the business around so it could sustain being in a store. Because you do have to have, like, stores are not going to listen to me say, hey, you need to be ready for the drop on Thursday night at 7 o'clock or on the 1st at 7 o'clock. They ain't trying to hear that. They want to order the product and it ships within a couple days and they get it and put it on their shelves, especially if it's something that sells out quickly. They will have more in stock because they're capable of buying more. So that, my dolls, leads me into my first reply to some of the questions, well, some of the survey answers, because I want to put y'all's minds at ease about a lot of things that y'all are not at ease about. So, shipping prices. Let me start there. I know that shit high. I look at it every day and be like, damn, because I have to pay Shopify that money. And honey, they don't, when they come get their money, if you don't have it in there, they're going to take it anyway. Put your ass in the red so quick. They'll do it. So I have to charge the shipping price. Now, Shopify gives you a discount because it would be even higher if I was to, like, run it through USPS.com. But they have tiers. So I'm hoping moving into wholesale will change a lot of that. Because first of all, stores can buy bulk at time. If someone's buying 1,000 bottles at a time, then I can, of course, charge less per bottle. And then you guys could get the sales prices or whatever they offer in stores. So we're hoping to cut out you guys having to get it from us and be able to locally get it somewhere close by you. We have considered, depending on some things, and kind of, I don't want to say depending on y'all, but it would do me some good. If where sales go where we can lower the free shipping cost to $100 instead of $200, that's been an option. Taking the price down, I can't do because I'll be short USPS. They want their money, and I have to give it to them. Otherwise, they're not gonna get it to you, and I can't bring it. So, thank you, whoever that was, baby. When I tell y'all that little ching ching, it got him by a chokehold. He got his ass by a chokehold, honey. I turned my ching ching off because it don't ching. Like, let's move into the next point. We do not ching like we used to ching. We used to enjoy hearing the ding, 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 back to back. That don't happen no more. Like I said, when we switched up, cut prices, moved the product to 8 ounce from 16 to 8 ounce, that upset a lot of people, and they felt like it's not worth it to spend it with you. I ain't gonna lie, that broke my heart. Like, damn, I'm not worth it. Because in my mind, I damn sure am. So, but there were others who thought I was and continued to purchase. So I had to let go that people stopped shopping with me because my prices went up. I had not, if I had not been the crazy little person I was, let me see, no, take that back. Stop calling yourself crazy. If I was not emotionally damaged, back then when I started this business, baby, y'all would have never, ever got 16-ounce jars. When we realized that we were spending more on, we wasn't making any profit. Like, once we actually added up everything we should have been paying for out of the business and we weren't properly paying, we would have been upside down. No matter how many sales, we had thousands of sales per month, yet we weren't making any money, y'all. Not for real. So flipping it allowed us to make some money to try to dig ourselves out the hole. And now that we are not out the hole, but we are to a place where we can speed track out the hole if we're able to provide more product to other places. So let me talk about 8 ounce versus 16 ounce. Why there's a 16 ounce sale. Because my heart is so swollen, I could not just take away 16 ounce and just never ever offer them again. I set myself a goal for the year, and if I hit that goal, then I could do the 16 ounce sale and not be in a place where we're in the red this month. We're able to take off a couple weeks with my kid and then start fresh the next year. That was the plan, and it worked out this year. However, it really truly showed me something about y'all, and that's that y'all prefer the 16 ounces. I truly get that. However, if that was something we were gonna even entertain doing, the price could never be year round the 8 ounce price like it is at Christmas. That's the only time I'll be able to do that. And that's if I hit my goals. Like, y'all, we're like goal oriented now. We write it down. We weren't doing that before. Even when I made product, it was, I measured with my heart. I measured with the intuition. We've had, over the last 3 years, we've had to do trainings on ourselves to remake every single batch measuring things. I would pour it with my heart, but pour it in a separate bowl, then measure that amount. We measure that amount, and then we do the recipe from scratch, and then see if it gives us the texture, the consistency, the smell, everything that we want. And that's what we've been doing. That's kind of why some of your batches been up and down a little bit, because we've been seeing where things are. And with no feedback from y'all, except for this one time, I was like, oh my God, why y'all don't tell me this other times? So I can share. Where are your pictures? Or anything, because that's the way it was. Like, this may sound like bragging, but it's not bragging. I was very, very blessed and so grateful that so many people were willing to share me with other people, because that kept us from having to buy advertising. Thank God. We didn't have no budget for it, not for real. So, but that kept us out there and gained popularity, and that was great. And I think now that I was talking with one of our long-term boos this morning, and she said, I used to have 4 laptops open to make sure I got the stuff that I wanted, because it would sell out too fast. And I didn't like that. I like having my stuff, and I can't lie. I stopped telling people about you for a while because I wanted to get my stuff. And I love the fact that I can get it immediately and that you're shipping it the next day. And that's what we want. Moving into that. Shipping now is immediate, because if we are going to present ourselves as wholesale to retailers, like I said, they're not going to wait for a drop day. They're going to want the stuff ready now. So we have literally 180'd everything to now where I'm trusting that the batches that I make, if I make 100 bottles of JCDC, those 100 bottles will sell out. Hypothetically speaking, that was my fear, was that I would make 100 bottles of JCDC, but only 15 sell. And here I'm with all this damn JCDC and ain't nobody buying it. Like, that was the fear that I had. And now, since you guys have shown me, at least through sales of the products, that these products are the ones that you want, these are the ones that are selling out fastest, then you can trust making 200 jars of this and know that 200 jars are gonna sell within the time frame.
That's why we learn how to measure it out, so we can get the exact amount for the batch. So
yes, and because my full ass wasn't even measuring anything back then. I would just ordering up 1,000 pounds of shea butter. Yep. Not looking at what I'm really putting in it. I'm working and thinking about all y'all telling me your beautiful comments about how much it helps you. You love it. It's the best thing you ever used. I've never found anything like it, blah, blah, blah. Babe, I'm floating on that. I'm floating on the words. And that was like where I should have been floating on the words. I should have been setting myself up proper. But now that we are, yeah, things are different now. You'll be able to get the product immediately, and it's still fresh. It's still handmade by us, y'all. We don't have a crew or anything yet. We still in the back. But we have changed the business around to the way where we can handle it once it happens. And I actually have a potential employee ready to go. And I told her, I said, we're about to try to move into stores, and I'm going to need some help soon. And she's like, girl, just let me know when. And I was like, oh, thank you. Because, you know, I feel like we're eventually going to need it. Hopefully, if you guys run to the stores and tear them up. So, I have something I'm working on. I'm hoping to have the confirmation of it very soon, to announce about that movement that we're making. Oh, go give me the prospectus. I was going to show them just a little. I got my line sheet printed today, y'all. Like, having a line. Okay, so a couple of years ago, I was having breakfast in Atlanta with two of my very close friends, Sarita and Sherelle. And it was during the tour when we went to Atlanta. We having breakfast at, what was it?
Some breakfast spot.
I can't remember what it was good though. But anyway, we having breakfast, and both of them are trying to tell me how I should be looking into getting into retail. It's just like, man, you got a great product and everybody love it, blah, blah, blah. You know, because things were hot on the internet then. It was crazy then. And my bullheaded, couldn't hear anybody tell me shit then. Self was, no, I am not trying to do stores. The thought and the truth behind that was the thought of doing that much product at one time. Like if a store said I need 1,000 antidotes in 2 days, baby,
it's scary.
it takes 2 days to make 30. And so, so it's like I could never do that. That's what I kept telling myself, like I could never do that. But now I'm at a point we have perfected it. I feel perfected the recipe to the point where we can produce multiple hundreds at a time and still be able to manage the business in a proper way. And actually, I mean, I'm kind of proud of how we've turned things around, because it actually has opened up things to be easier for us in our daily routines. And it's so crazy how I've missed out on all this time because I was so caught up in my crazy way of thinking. That's why, like, y'all talk about getting your mind together so much. That's why I'm constantly talking about that, because having a screwed up mindset will have you making mistakes and not seeing things the way you could, that could better you, that would be better for you. And it sometimes would take tragedy for things to show you that, hey, you should have changed this a long time ago. That's where I'm at. So, and I know that me changing so much has been frustrating for y'all, especially when y'all open that site up on January 1st. And all of the favorite skin products was gone. I just know, because my inbox was hit with all kind of, where is this and where is that? And I made no formal announcement really that we were taking it all away. Or did we? Did we announce that?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Okay, well, I really didn't. I don't think I did. I kind of didn't, because I didn't want to get the, no, that's all I use. Because that makes me feel tingly. And it's hard for me to deal with the tingles of y'all saying that. It's hard for me to, it's emotional for me. So I try not to hear that. However, this is why we had to. When we started reproducing the business differently, in a way that we want to go wholesale, because that's the first goal. Like, you write down, I want to go wholesale. What would it take to go wholesale? To sell this amount of products in a store at a cut price. Okay, so what are you going to do if you get stores, but you have all this multi-scented stuff? So I started looking at multi-scented stuff, looking at reviews, looking at sales, and they just ain't there. They're not there like our hair products are. They're not even close when you're looking at it in actual terms. And there are so many, like we had so many scents, and taking them down and at least having one multi-scented product was something we could manage. If we're gonna go wholesale and be making thousands of a piece a day, we would not have time to make multi-scented products. That's something that could come around Christmas, that kind of thing. And then the 16-ounce jars, because that's another thing that people said, I don't buy often because your stuff lasts forever. I don't have to. I need you to let somebody know. So they can have the same experience. I'm not expecting my customers to buy from me every month. And I'm truly, truly, truly humbled and grateful by those who do buy every single month. Like, yeah, baby, I want to go have lunch with you because you got it. So, you know, it's so many things when building a business and when you have certain goals, you have to make big, deep changes, and this was one of them. And well, these are all our changes we had to make in order to get to where we are now, which is having a line sheet. This is the line sheet.
Ain't it beautiful?
I designed it myself, and I had a company to print them up. No, folks, I know they are tired of me, honey, but this is the inside, my information. I can't have that out here yet, though. But yeah, it's so cute. I'm so proud of this, y'all. Cause this is another thing that when I Googled going into wholesale, like you have to produce a line sheet, immediately nauseous. Nope. Creation of something that I never seen before. I shut down, closed it right there, closed that tab. I'm never gonna go in stores there. That's what I'm gonna tell my full self. But like now, different perspective. So I'm hoping to have you guys somewhere, especially somewhere that can do sales and stuff. That way you can get it, no shipping, and get some percentage off, because they'll be able to buy it from me at a much better price than I can sell it business to consumer. So I hope you guys understand that. If you understand business, I know you business owners out there understand this wholesale bulk thing. That's why you can find any other brands that you can find in big box stores much cheaper than you can at like a beauty supply store or at a grocery store, because one store can buy thousands and one other store can only buy hundreds, and that price break is totally different all the way back to the manufacturer. Because if I buy 300 pounds of shea butter, I'm going to get a better cut on that 300 pounds than I would if I bought 50 pounds. You see what I'm saying? So I can sell the product cheaper when I can buy bulk amounts. And see, I thought I was there. I was there bulk wise, but I wasn't managing the bulk properly. I still wasn't priced where I can make some money off of that. Foolish, y'all. Lessons learned, though. Lessons learned. And I'm grateful for being able to learn the lessons. And I plan on sharing my journey to wholesale via my TikTok to give it some type of awareness, because this building from scratch is for the birds. So I'm just going to talk about, hitting up stores, because it's a process. You hit up stores and you send them a prospectus. This is another thing, is sending out a bunch of free product. I have to send everybody samples of my stuff to try to see if it's something they would want in their stores. That's a lot of money. That's another thing that scared the shit out of me about going in the stores, is spending so much money giving out free product. I can't afford to give it free now. I can't. I done screwed up everything. So, but I'm glad to be in a place where we can hopefully grow, because that's the point, right? The point is to grow. So I love y'all. I appreciate y'all so much. The store is still stocked with stuff right now. I have stuff already. Like, we spend a week before the drop making a ton of product. We make that count. We put that on the store. And once it's getting close to running out, we have another batch made. So as soon as the 15 hit, we restock that. The goal is to keep product in stock the entire month, or as close to the restocks as possible, and be able to stock our stores when we get some, which we have a couple. But y'all will hear about that later. So thank y'all for listening. We appreciate y'all. We're still running our 15% off sale to the end of the month. So everything in the store is 15% off for after Valentine's Day sale. So y'all be good. We love y'all. Mwah!